Welcome back to today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, and today my special guest, King Raj, who is the passive income artiste. Welcome to the show, King.
Thank you so much. Honored to be here, Ray.
Awesome. Well, let's kind of clarify the whole King Raj thing and explain to me, is that your name?
Well, Raj means king, and king means Raj in Hindi, so it was only natural that my stage name is King Raj. There you go.
Well, is it coincidence that my name is Ray, and in Spanish my name means king?
Two kings.
Oh, wow. All right. This is a very special episode here, all right? We got two kings in the house. Well, Raj, so please explain to me and the audience, why do they call you the passive income artiste?
They call me the passive income artiste because for over a decade now, I've been making a living through multiple streams of passive income investments working for me instead of me working for it. And then I've also been singing for over 8 years now in a Caribbean band for fun, traveling the world as a lead singer and just using a different hemisphere of my brain than I was used to when I was a geek in the IT field.
Wow, I love that. And I love that the fact that your title actually appeals to two different areas of your life. You actually being on stage as a speaker to teach people how to create passive income and wealth, correct, but also on stage as a performer, entertaining as the lead singer of a band.
Absolutely, it's pretty cool. You know, it's called intentional congruency when everything you do just aligns with that same purpose. So it's so much fun when I'm on stage, either singing or speaking to people all around the world, I'm impacting them in some way.
I love it. I love it. Well, tell us a little bit about those different types of passive income that you you travel the world speaking to entrepreneurs all over, right?
Correct.
And you teach them these different ways, and they can, enroll in your programs on how to do exactly the same thing that you've been doing for over a decade. So kind of share with us some of those programs.
Well, what I'm doing, actually this coming year, I'm already contracted for 15 cities in the US, not counting international. But what I teach is my M4 system. I have the 4 M's to passive income, to financial freedom is what I call it, with the first M being mindset, how to think like an investor, how to think like a wildly successful investor, because it's all about mindset. They speak a different language. The second M is manifestation, how to manifest anything you desire in your life. The third M, the actual money vehicles, which is what you just asked me about, such as real estate is what I started with, residential, then moved on to commercial. ATM machines, people don't know that they could be the bank, just like you and I. I love ATM surcharges because it feeds my family, right? And then other types of investing like Forex, the foreign exchange currency markets, like stocks on steroids, and the list goes on and on. And the fourth M is mastermind groups, which has been a key part to just my success in my life and just actually not only financial success, but personal success as well, mastermind groups.
I love that because I've been in several masterminds for, over 2 decades and run several of my own masterminds. And I gotta say that, not only does the book Think and Grow Rich, one of the main chapters talks about the power of the mastermind. It is amazing when you get together with like-minded individuals with the same direction and focus, what can be created from that. And I love the fact that you reinvest, just like I do, a lot of the money you make back into your self-education and your growth.
That's such a key thing. I've spent or invested more after college than my actual college tuition many times over, because they say that self-education is the best education. So that's why I continue to do so.
I love that you say that because I believe, spending your money or spending your time in that self-education, because it's really investment in yourself, investment in your growth, and in the end of the day, the different levels of success that you can achieve.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Share a little bit with me about your band and how did that come up and what exactly is it that you do in the band?
Well, since I was growing up, always going to different churches and just being involved in religious activities and in my small community, in my culture, I would always just sing a little bit here and there. Then started doing it for birthdays and weddings, and the audience seemed to like it, and then eventually a band saw me, the Supertones band, and got on board with them, and they were already this fast-moving train. I jumped on board, and now we just do a bunch of shows everywhere. We go to Europe every year, Spain and Holland, go all around America, different countries like Canada and the Caribbean as well. Just a lot of fun, but what's exciting to me is, like I said before, just that using a different hemisphere of my brain, because I didn't know that I could be an entertainer on stage. And if I was still working 40, 80, 100 hours a week at a job, working for someone else's dreams, I never would have known that I could even be an entertainer on stage. And they say everyone dies, but not everyone truly lives. When I'm on stage speaking or singing, I am truly living.
I love that. That's amazing. And your background, what is IT? Is that correct?
Yes, IT. I have a computer science degree, a bachelor's in computer science that, fortunately, I don't use it anymore. Left over a decade ago just to follow my own dreams, and it's been great, wild ride ever since.
Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. Okay, so you explained a couple of those different passive income vehicles, but how long does it take to start actually generating and seeing some real income that you can potentially live off of?
That's a great question, Ray. And what I always tell people is I'm not married to any specific type of vehicle or investment. So that's why I created that 4M system, because the third M is the money vehicles, but the first two, mindset and manifestation, I put before that, because if you set your vibrational frequency and energy at a certain level, then you'll start having different opportunities come to you, which I'm sure you know already from going to mastermind groups and so forth. But so now you don't have to say, oh, let me try this thing or that thing. No, the correct thing will come to you. You will attract it by the person you become. So that's why I'm not married to any of those vehicles. And as far as how long it can be anywhere from a month to more. It all depends on how much a person has to invest and what type of turnaround do they need. Do they need the money to be liquid? Do they need access to it? Or can they not do with it for a certain amount of time? So that all is what we speak about if I coach clients personally or in a group setting, and we go through their numbers and see what's the best type of thing for them to do.
So what's the process if someone wants to enroll in one of your programs? What's the process they're going to go through?
The process is first seeing my training videos online. I have a membership website where they can watch training videos of me going through details of the 4M system. And then after that, they can choose which option to do, if they like group coaching with me, if they want private coaching with me, or if they want to go to an actual mastermind retreat that I do as well, where it'll be more high-level information. And it's also about the quality of the people in the room, the networking they can get to even have more passive income working for them.
That's awesome. Yeah, because that's one of the benefits of being in a group setting like that is not only what you learn in the actual event, is the relationships that you make that can actually be more valuable than just information you learn in the event.
Absolutely, and that's what my wealthy friends say and my mentors that I look up to. It's all about the relationships. That's what matters most more than anything else. And if someone is willing to teach me something that I don't know and they're where I want to be, you better believe I'll be there taking notes diligently.
Now, speaking of relationships, I've seen that you've been around some pretty influential people like Tony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, and many others. Can you kind of share a little bit about those experiences and how you've gotten to those points?
Ray, it still blows my mind as well when I look at, and people look at my social media and so forth and see me with all these different celebrities and very powerful people, global players, and I don't put those pictures up to impress anyone, but impress upon them that if I can do it, a public school kid from Jersey City, then anyone can do so much more than me. But I put myself in the right place at the right time. It doesn't happen just by mistake, just by happenstance. Yeah. It's because I designed my life in such a way so that could happen. Because I follow these people. I see what charities they belong to, for example, and I go and I volunteer. Or if they're flying in, I see if I can give them a ride from the airport. Can I get them coffee? These little things that people don't realize that can do such a big things. They're little things that can do a big difference. Serving first, and then the rest will follow.
I love that, because I truly believe that you should always create and add value to someone when asking nothing in return. And that's when someone's going to be like, all right, I want to have a conversation or get to know you. And that's how those best relationships, especially with higher level individuals, that you can create that connection, which most people are like, how did you meet that person? Or how did you end up connecting with that person? So I really enjoy that.
Thank you.
And the fact that, speaking of your social media, I've seen all the time you're flying here, flying there, and it seems that your preference is flying private. How did you get to that point, and what made that decision, speaking of being around the right people?
Well, private jets, it's a beautiful thing. You don't have to go through security, TSA pre-check, wait in lines, none of that. It's a beautiful thing, and I've been blessed to be able to fly private several times now, more and more, and I love it. But I was exposed to that because, once again, being in powerful settings and environments in certain mastermind groups, having mentors, and you get what you pay for. So sometimes I might have to pay a hefty price, but it's an investment in my future, and look at the return can be so much more.
And you've done some of these masterminds on the private jets, because I've seen that.
Yes, absolutely, and it's a beautiful thing. And to live To live the life that I live is such a blessing, but what's even better is when you can make a difference in someone else's life, right? Because I was retired, let's say, from corporate America for over a decade, doing what I want for fun, just thinking about me. And then it came after that decade, I said, hey, what else is there? And I realized it's not only about making another dollar, it's about making a difference, making an impact to more people. So that's why now I'm kind of back out there in the field helping others, because I want more people to play with.
I love it. I love it. And I love that mindset that it's not just about work. It's work so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, especially being from a Caribbean background, they're hardworking people, very hard workers. But then I realized following mentors and coaches that they don't work hard, they work smart.
Well, if anyone wants to learn more about your programs, how to create passive income, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
The best way to get in contact with me is through my personal site, kingraj360.com.
Awesome. And they can connect with you on your social medias and text message. Everything's on there, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. King, it was a pleasure meeting the other King.
I'm honored. Thank you so much, Ray.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to today's Premier Experts. Stay tuned for the next episode. And as always, never leave for tomorrow what you can do today, and always stay true to your brand.